Welcome to the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show. I'm your host, Shifat, the natural healing voice of the soul of Mother Earth. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. We have a very special episode for you today where we're going to be talking about healing the planet. So I encourage you to go get your blue pen and your white paper and get ready to take copious notes on how you can be more responsible, personally responsible for helping us clean up after ourselves. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome to the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. On today's show, we're going to talk about sustainability for our planet, our home world. How do we keep it clean? How do we move it toward this new consciousness of going green? Well, for those of you who've been watching us, and maybe this is your first time tuning in, we talk about health and well-being in 5 domains: healthy mind, body, family, finances, and community, to make a better world. So as we are having our conversation today, I encourage you, and you know I always do this, ask you to go get that blue pen and white paper, because today the transformation is about how it is we move to sustainability for our planet as it relates to oneness, wellness as a lifestyle. I have my very special guest with me today, Marlon Hargis, and he's joining us from Your Choice, the People's Choice, where he is the group leader, and it's all about litter abatement and just cleaning up after ourselves. Hey, Marlon, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic, Miss Shafar. How are you doing
Wonderful,
today?
wonderful. Thanks so much for being with us on today and to help us understand what we can do and what some of the real issues are.
Yes, well, I'm happy that you guys even asked me on.
Well, let's just jump right into it. This initiative that you have going on, that I am really overwhelmed in looking at some of the work that you've been doing for the past 4 years. How did you get started with I want to make sure I'm saying this right, Your Choice, the People's Choice? How did you get started?
Well, actually, we got started with another friend of myself, hit by the name of Alton Thompkins. And one day, him and I were just riding down Route 30 in Atlantic City, and we just noticed debris and stuff on the side of the road. And we just said, to each other, like, who's responsible for cleaning up the stuff off the side of the road? So about a week later, we come back across the road, and there's even more debris out there. So now we're saying, like, when is somebody gonna clean this stuff up? So as weeks go on, stuff is still accumulating. So finally, one day, we just got tired, and we just stopped the vehicle, and we just decided that we was gonna clean this stuff up, because we just got tired of looking at it. Because then it wasn't like, well, who's going to clean it? Then it was like, okay, well, when are they going to clean it? So we just took, upon ourselves to take the responsibility just to clean it up, because we just got fed up, got tired of just looking at this stuff. So by us doing that, we did some research, and we found out there was a road program through the ACUA, the Atlantic County Utilities Authority. Mm-hmm. So we became part of that program. And also now that the New Jersey Department of Transportation, they have adopted a highway program that they just initiated about a year ago. So we're also a part of that. So
you mean to tell me you just riding along the road, minding your business, and noticing that the garbage is piling up on the side of the road, and made a decision to do something about that in terms of your own personal responsibility, because you saw it wasn't getting done, and that's how this whole project got started?
That's exactly how it got started.
That is amazing. When we talk about personal responsibility, I mean, in the dictionary, that's the image that goes next to that phrase. What you just described to us. And for our audience, I want to really drive the point home. How many times do we just walk by the trash, the garbage, even on indoors, if it's on the floor in your office building and places like that? That's remarkable. That's remarkable. So your choice, the people's choice, is that about your choice to clean up, your choice to what?
Well, yes, it's our choice to clean up. Mm-hmm. We just feel as though that, we don't know who's supposed to be responsible for certain things. So we just say, well, somebody's got to be responsible. If we can't go to various entities and find out who's responsible to do certain things, then we just say, well, we're just going to do it. Because not only just for myself, but I have children and I have grandchildren, and they're not, to a large degree, even responsible for the stuff that's out there. Mm-hmm. But somebody has to be accountable. Somebody has to be responsible. So me personally, I take it upon myself to be that person that's going to be accountable and be responsible enough to try to do my part to try to, keep the place clean.
So how long has it been since that fateful day driving down the highway?
It's been approximately 4 years.
4 years. 4 years. Now, that boggles my mind, because you're doing this voluntarily.
Right.
Nobody paid you to stop along the road, you and your friend. Nobody paid you guys to get out and clean that up. And you've been doing it for 4 years.
Right.
So talk to me a little bit about what the impact has been over the 4 years.
Oh, it's been tremendous. We've been getting much support from local municipalities, the Atlantic County Utilities Authority, New Jersey Cleans Community, NJDOT, which is New Jersey Department of Transportation,
okay.
CRDA, which is the Casino Redevelopment Authority. We've also been getting participation from South Jersey Gas. A couple of years ago, they donated a truck to us.
Oh, give thanks.
To help us, to remove that heavy and big material that we can't do, on our own. Mm-hmm. So we have partners, and we are slowly getting people to get involved. But of course, there's so much more that needs to be done, because the planet is in such really bad shape. It's in real bad shape.
Yes. And one of the things that we were talking about in our conversation before is that with regard to the planet being in such bad shape, one of the reasons why, and this is going to relate back to you seeing that trash on the side of the road, that we almost have blinders on when it comes to, we don't see it, in other words. It's almost like we don't see the trash, and we don't, not even in a consciousness to want to do anything about it. So as we are having a heart for the planet, because this is what it really boils down to, because this is your heart doing this, okay, for the planet. So as we have a heart for the planet, what are some of the things that we can do that may not be as valiant or I don't know if that's even the right word. What are some of the things that we can do that are in alignment of volunteerism that would help us help the planet?
Well, the biggest thing is if each person took the responsibility and be accountable for whatever waste they have, as opposed to just chucking up the window of your car. Wait till you get to a destination where you can put it in either a recycling receptacle, or put it in a trash can, or put it in a compost bin. So all of us have that responsibility. And by us all doing that, we can help to alleviate that type of problem, because that's something that we have 100% control over. When we have a piece of paper or something like that, we have complete control as to where that goes. But if we just decide to throw it out the window out of our vehicle, or we just happen to be walking down the street and we just drop it on the sidewalk or in the street or whatever the case may be, then we, like I said earlier, we have 100% control of that not happening. But for whatever reason, we just don't do it. You know, we just feel as though it's just easier just to drop it on the ground or throw it out the window of the car because we can't wait to get to a place where there's a trash can or something. So,
okay. And a lot of times it's because, and I've heard people say that, well, somebody else will pick it up. You know, we just have this mindset that somebody else will pick it up. That's somebody else's job. You know, I've even heard people say that I'm keeping somebody else employed. You know, as is jokingly, but the sad truth of the matter is that we're diminishing our ability to have a healthy lifestyle, live healthy on this planet. And not just for us as human beings, but for all of the species on this planet that we share this planet with. One of the things that we talk about here at Oneness Wellness Lifestyles is the CRAP education series. And this ties in beautifully with this. And it is the CRAP education. The CRAP itself is the chemical, risky, artificial poisons. And what happens is we generally talk about it in terms of what you're putting in and on your body. But with regard to helping the planet, the CRAP really is all of those chemical, risky, artificial poisons that's in the plastic bags, that's in all of the paper that we drop, that's going into the drains and just totally disrupting the ecosystem. So I wanted to segue that into talking about what your mission is. So as we get ready to close this out, let's talk about what your mission is.
Okay.
So you said through detail cleaning.
Through detail cleaning of our roads, our streets, our beaches.
Okay.
Our wetlands. We have to do, and that's the only way you can do it. You have to do a detailed job. I mean, because whatever the planet didn't produce, we have to get it out of there, because these are man-made products, and a lot of this stuff is not biodegradable. Now, even though they'll tell you, well, this is biodegradable, that's the biodegradable. I said, listen, you can stick a piece of newspaper on the ground, and you can come back 2 years later and it's still sitting there, because that's not biodegradable. The planet didn't produce that, because you have certain chemicals that's in your ink and different things. So that's our responsibility, is to take that stuff out of that natural environment and keep it in our artificial environment. So that way you have two happy mediums.
Okay.
And then those things that really we say that it's too difficult for us to either recycle or whatever the case may be, like for instance, plastic trash bags for your grocery shopping. If it's that difficult for us, then we shouldn't be producing it. It shouldn't be about how many people I got employed, or how much money a company is making. That shouldn't even be the issue. That shouldn't even be the question, because the bottom line is, if it's not beneficial to the planet and it's not really beneficial to us, then we shouldn't even produce it, because there's other things that we can do as far as to put people to work. As of right now, today, we can put more people to work in this country just cleaning up than all the other industries combined together.
Wow. So that is just a powerful revelation in and of itself. We have a lot more to talk about with regard to the different kinds of programs that Marlon has in place, working with our children, and how we can get involved. So stay tuned. We'll be right back with more. Thank you for watching the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show. Stay tuned. Happy, healthy, healing day. I'm Shifat, the holistic healing voice of the soul of Mother Earth, inviting you to watch the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show every first and third Saturday right here on Access 21 TV. What do we talk about? Everything from juicing to old school tonics and herbs, what you can do to help yourself get better. We talk about stop poisoning yourself by putting all those chemicals on your body, and all domains of life: healthy mind, body, family, finances, and community. So tune in to the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show every first and third Saturday at 9 a.m. I look forward to serving you.
If you want to get a lot of people very angry at you, and you're in the health profession, it's fairly simple. Begin to cure incurable diseases.
It would ruin the economy. Billions of dollars.
Cancer is one of the richest multi-billion-dollar industries in the world, and every cancer patient is a commodity.
The huge pharmaceutical companies have everybody in their pocket, from the president on down to the senator's representative. Everybody gets paid.
Something's terribly wrong when you treat cancer and your hair falls out and you vomit. This is truly medieval.
People in the United States and developed countries who are treated for cancer don't even die of cancer. They die of the treatment of cancer.
Many years from now, people look back at this time and wonder what kind of Neanderthals we were.
A prophet many years ago, he said, "My people perish for lack of knowledge."
Welcome back. You're watching the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show, and I'm your host, Shifa. I really am so thankful and grateful that you're watching this particular episode, because we are launching, and you are the first to hear this now. All right? So this is very special. We are launching, letting you know that we are Oneness Wellness Foundation, partnering with Your Choice, the People's Choice, which is a New Jersey non-for-profit, to help us with the sustainability of our planet. When we talk about oneness wellness as a lifestyle, we have to include the planet. So as we always say, healthy mind, body, family, finance, and community, we're adding on planet. So 6 domains for healthy living. The sustainability of our planet is critical. I'm here with my very special guest, Marlon Hargis, who is the group leader for Your Choice, the People's Choice. And I want to invite you, if you haven't been doing so yet, get ready to take notes. We're going to talk about the impact of his very powerful program for students in schools, in neighborhoods. We left off with a very powerful point about how just employing, and I'm going to let him say it again because it just kind of boggled my mind. So let's go and let's talk to Marlon. Hey, Marlon, we're back.
Okay.
Listen, this piece that you said about employing, there's enough. There's enough cleanup work to do to employ more people than what?
Oh, absolutely. There's more than enough stuff. There's more than enough stuff to clean up, to keep people working, keep people employed.
Okay. Now, when we left, because I really want to get to, if you can remember what the phrase is, you said that there is more work in cleaning up behind ourselves than all of the industries combined together.
I mean, it's mind-boggling.
Because, I mean, the whole thing is this job crunch. And so if we really paid attention to what the real need is, cleaning up the planet, right?
Absolutely.
Then we could employ everybody.
Oh, absolutely. If you look at how much money is spent on various programs, how much money is being spent on sustaining or trying to help sustain various corporations. You talk about the type of money and the amounts of money that are being spent. Those monies can be well spent by giving people a broom and a shovel and going out there and cleaning up.
But you know what, Marlon? I'm not trying to put on a pair of overalls and go with a broom and a shovel as my livelihood. So for those of us who want to do live the designer lifestyle, I'm just kind of playing the devil's advocate here. And I don't have a job, right? So the person doesn't have a job, but they might be of a mindset that I don't want to do the cleanup. So is it really feasible? Is it really something that is doable, workable, that people are really going to embrace that?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
How do you say that?
People have to eat. People have to live. In order to live, you got to eat. So a lot of times people are already on jobs that they might not be really fond of, or they might not really like, And from some people, the definition of a job is a place where you spend time where you really don't like it anyway. Mm-hmm. So as far as cleaning up the planet, we can put people to work. We can put lots and lots of people to work. When we think about the planet, as far as what type of animals or plants or what type of microorganism it takes to clean up the planet. I mean, you talking about microorganisms, you're talking probably trillions and trillions of these things that's doing whatever it is that they have to do to help clean up the planet. Mm-hmm. So we all are a part of the planet. So we all have to do our parts, Mm-hmm. But the thing about it is that there is money there. Here's just a short kind of like a synopsis of a situation. Now, I don't know for sure, but when the rebel got into a problem, with their finances, and I believe the state used taxpayer money to bail them out. Now, as opposed to giving that entity $1 billion, which anybody who has any kind of common sense would say that's only going to last a year or two. Mm. Okay? We could took that same $1 billion and we could have employed 2,000 people. We could have paid them $50,000 a year, and we could have paid them for 10 years. Okay. You could have got a much bigger bang for your buck for hiring 2,000 people to go clean your streets or clean up your neighborhoods, as opposed to giving one entity that kind of money and they go belly up or file bankruptcy or whatever, within a 2-year period. Mm-hmm. And these are the kind of things that I'm talking about as far as when I say the monies are available, the monies are there. Mm-hmm. It's all about how we spend our monies and who we're going to spend our monies with.
So it's how the monies are allocated.
Exactly.
And getting them out, getting the dollars out of the claws, so to speak, of the, or let me say it this way, changing our mindset from doing things a certain way, the same way we've been doing them, right, which is getting us the same result, to doing things in a different way. And that is moving funds to where it's most needed. One of the things that is really important whenever you're talking about healing, because that's really what we are talking about, is that you have to be willing to keep your focus on the main thing. Keep the main thing the main thing. And right now, the sustainability of our planet for our life here is the main thing. So I hear what you're saying in terms of being able to pay people a real salary, okay, they can live on, so that they will have a desire to do the work. And then I also want to add that that's not always just a broom and a dustpan. There are many, many different types of jobs and services,
right,
that are needed to help clean up behind ourselves, to help clean up the planet. So thank you for sharing that with us, because we need to put it in perspective in terms of the dollars and cents. Okay?
Exactly.
Yes. So from there, let's talk about this 4-year program that you've had going on and how it has moved into the educational system. Because as in partnership with you, this is one of the areas that I'm really, really, really excited about in terms of getting to the children and parents and neighborhoods. So tell us a little bit about what you're doing in the school system.
Well, we take the children out periodically on little cleanups throughout the neighborhood, clean up around the school. We introduced the children how to use basic tools, and we did that through having the students tear apart various electronics equipment. We're also working on a model landfill project where the children helped construct the box. So therefore, they use the power tools like the power drills, things of that nature. We've also, at one of the schools, we had the students build compost bins, and we recycle old wooden pallets from a warehouse in order to do that. So there's a lot of things that we're doing with the students, because the reason why we really like dealing with the students, because the students, they're not resistant. They want to do it. So we find that a lot of time the resistance or the problem comes with the adults. The children want to do something. They want to learn. They want to be able to work with their hands, you know, because everything can't be done in that book. You know, book knowledge is good, but until you actually put it to practice or put it to use, what you learn in that book, a lot of times, you know, it almost comes like irrelevant. So we like the fact that, you know, we're working with the students, we get them to use their hands, they're able to do things, and they get a lot of enjoyment out of it.
So the power in working with children is that when you instill it in them young, they grow up with this sense of responsibility to the planet, to clean up behind themselves.
Well, exactly. So whatever it is that we're doing with them, as far as, you know, what items are supposed to get recycled, what items aren't supposed to get recycled. So you want to instill that into them at a young age, where it becomes second nature to them. Yes,
I like that. I'm really excited about this project. What really intrigued me was when you told me that you were building a model landfill, and this is a testament to the kind of support that you're getting. That you went to you made the request of the landfill in your area, and they actually gave you the materials. How did that happen?
Well, we have a very good relationship with the ACUA.
And what is the ACUA?
That is the Atlantic County Utilities Authority.
Okay.
So what happened was I asked them for a tour of their landfill, because we're working on a model landfill. So this way I can bring back some information to the students, and also it gives them, you know, what actually goes on in a real landfill, you know, as opposed to doing something like, for instance, you go on the internet and you might look up a model landfill project, and they'll say, okay, you can take a fish aquarium, fill it half with dirt, throw a banana peel in there, then fill the rest up with dirt, and then you watch what happens to the banana. Well, that's not all what goes into a landfill. You got tires, you got furniture, you got computer, you got all kind of stuff in there. You got chemicals. You got a whole gamut of stuff that goes into a landfill. So basically, with the model that we're going to build is we're going to have a whole gamut of stuff in there, so to give them a bird's eye view of what goes on as far as the bigger picture. They're going to see a small picture as far as what's going on in that classroom, but then we're going to say, now, imagine that throughout the county. This is what goes on. So this really gives them an opportunity to actually see what actually goes on in the landfill. And also, they may decide that they may want to go into that field.
Yes. Most adults don't know what goes on at the landfill. We just know that when we ride by there, we don't like how it smells.
Exactly.
You know, so that is really powerful, because I know that the way I became involved in herbals and natural healing was from an after-school program, when there was a gentleman who was volunteering, taking his time to teach us about herbs in a high school after-school program. Now, what I want to say about your program is that these are 4th and 5th graders, which is amazing. So I really want to thank you so much for reaching the children.
Oh, you're more than welcome.
I want to thank you so much for reaching the children, because ultimately we're leaving the planet to them. They're going to be the ones who inherit all of this. We'll be right back with more conversation with Marlon Hargis, talking about the sustainability of our planet and our personal responsibility to just clean up behind ourselves. We'll be right back. You're watching the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show. Happy Healthy Healing Day. I'm Shifa, the holistic healing voice of the soul of Mother Earth, inviting you to watch the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show every first and third Saturday right here on Access 21 TV. What do we talk about? Everything from juicing to old school tonics and herbs, what you can do to help yourself get better. We talk about stop poisoning yourself by putting all those chemicals on your body, and all domains of life: healthy mind, body, family, finances, and community. So tune in to the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show every first and third Saturday at 9 a.m. I look forward to serving you. Great day. This is Shifa from Oneness Wellness Lifestyles, and I'm here with your emergency health awareness alert. Are you innocently poisoning yourself? 90% of people who take health supplements are poisoning themselves. How? If you've heard anything about magnesium stearate, or stearic acid, as it is sometimes called, you know that vitamin and supplement bottles everywhere are loaded down with this potentially dangerous and life-endangering additives that don't need to be there. The reality is, you probably have not heard of stearic acid though. Believe it or not, many supplements, including those made by reputable brands, contain a flow agent additive that over time can actually block the absorption of nutrients into your body. This ingredient is known as magnesium stearate, and regular consumption of it is linked to the development of a harmful biofilm in the intestines that cause digestive problems. Despite having the word magnesium in its name, magnesium stearate is not a source of nutritive magnesium. The only reason why supplement manufacturers add this chalk-like substance to their products is to make them easier to process through their machinery. Supplement companies have been intentionally misleading their customers for some time now, making it seem and making it sound like the inclusion of this additive is helpful for your general welfare. There is stearic acid in 90% of all pills currently on the market. For more information about this emergency health awareness alert, contact us, and we can direct you to supplements that do not contain magnesium stearate. This has been an emergency health awareness alert. I'm your sister Shifa from Oneness Wellness Lifestyles. Welcome back to the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show. This is such an amazing show because I'm amazed about what we can do when we decide to take personal responsibility for the sustainability of our planet. We have been visiting with our very special guest, Marlon Hargis, from Your People, Your Choice out of New Jersey, and I want to share with you the impact that Marlon's work is having on our communities and helping us to recognize that we can't go green until we clean. Take a look at this. When I saw those photos, I knew we had to get involved, and I invite you to get involved. Thank you so much for being our guest today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
The show has just been really, really wonderful and enlightening.
I hope you ask me back again.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is a conversation that needs to continue, and we are adding, and then we're partnering. So I'm all in.
So you're
okay,
all in.
Yeah, we're all in.
We're all in.
Oneness Wellness Foundation is all in. One last question I do have for you. Where did this passion come from to help clean up? Well, how did you get into trash?
Well, as a young man growing up, well, I say a young child growing up, I worked for my grandparents, and they owned a sanitation company here in Atlantic City, and just fell in love with it. From the teachings from my grandfather, telling us or showing us, how various products, what they was made out of, what kind of an effect that it had on the environment, and what kind of effect it might even have on what it has on us. So, it wasn't just, going around just picking up waste, but there was also an educational piece. And to me, it was just really good. I was just really amazed, of all this stuff that we produce out here and what the stuff was actually made of, and it was just really, informational and very educational.
So from a young child,
yes,
this has been in you.
Yes.
Okay, and you've owned your own sanitation companies,
yes,
and all of that. And so this is, okay, very good. So thank you so much for sharing with us on today.
Oh, thank you.
I'm almost speechless because this is a part of the healing that we really haven't touched on when we talk about healthy mind, body, family, finances, and community. So this is a part of the healing that we hardly talk about, healing the planet. We talk about healthy mind, body, family, finances, and community. Now we're adding in healthy planet. We cannot go green until we clean. And so what's your responsibility and my personal responsibility? Clean up after ourselves. You've been watching the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show, and I thank you so much for tuning in, and I look forward to serving you again real soon. Take good care.